If you feel like something between you has changed, you're not imagining it. When a connection shifts, both people feel it, even if no one says it out loud. You've sensed it, haven't you? The conversations don't land the same. The silence feels heavier. The closeness feels slightly out of reach. Nothing dramatic happened. No fight, no clear ending. But something subtle moved. And what makes it harder is this: you don't know if they feel it too. You replay moments. You search for signs. You wonder if you're just being sensitive. But deep down, you know this isn't random. Energy doesn't shift without reason. Stay with me until the end, because we're going to uncover what that change really means. Whether it's distance, growth, fear, or something neither of you has been brave enough to say. The moment you noticed it didn't happen loudly. It happened quietly. Maybe they responded a little differently. Maybe they seemed distracted when they used to be present. Maybe their excitement softened into something neutral, and your heart caught it instantly. That's the thing about emotional bonds. When you're connected, you feel micro-shifts. You notice when their tone loses warmth, when effort becomes inconsistent, when the spark feels quieter. But instead of addressing it, you told yourself, maybe they're tired, maybe I'm overthinking, maybe this is just a phase. Because admitting something changed feels scary. If something changed, what does that mean? Are they pulling away? Are they unsure? Or is the version of you that felt secure slipping? Let's talk about why you both feel the shift, but neither of you is saying it. The truth is, it's rarely one-sided. When something shifts between two people, it moves through both hearts. But sometimes pride keeps it quiet. Sometimes fear does. Maybe they feel the distance too, but they're waiting for you to bring it up. Maybe they sense the tension, but admitting it would mean facing something they're not ready to lose. So instead of honesty, there's adjustment. They pull back slightly. You lean in slightly. They become careful. You become anxious. And slowly, a gap forms where closeness used to live. You start missing the version of them that felt effortless. The way conversations flowed, the way you didn't have to analyze every small change. Now every interaction feels like it carries a question underneath it. Are we okay? Did something happen? Are we still what we were? But no one says it out loud because naming it makes it real. And sometimes people would rather live in quiet uncertainty than risk hearing a truth that might hurt. What aches the most isn't just missing them, it's missing certainty. So what could this change really mean? Not every shift means the end, but every shift means something. Sometimes the change happens because feelings are deepening and depth can be terrifying. When emotions grow stronger, walls sometimes rise higher. They may be scared of how much you matter, scared of vulnerability, scared of needing someone that much. So instead of leaning closer, they step back to regain control. Other times, the shift isn't about fear of closeness. It's about confusion. Maybe something inside them changed slowly. Maybe the excitement softened. Maybe life pulled their focus elsewhere. Maybe they're unsure what they want now, and instead of clarity, they choose quiet distance. From your side, both possibilities feel the same. You just feel less chosen. You feel like you're reaching more than before. You feel like reassurance doesn't come naturally anymore. You feel like you're trying to hold on to something that used to hold itself, and that uncertainty begins to chip away at your peace. Because love, real love, doesn't leave you constantly questioning your place. So why won't your intuition let you ignore it? You've tried to silence it. You've told yourself you're overthinking. You've distracted yourself with logic. You've repeated, if something was wrong, they would tell me. But intuition doesn't operate on words, it operates on patterns. It notices delayed replies that never used to happen. It feels emotional absence behind polite conversations. It senses when effort becomes obligation instead of desire. And even when everything looks fine on the surface, your body doesn't relax around them the way it used to. That's not insecurity. That's awareness. When you're deeply connected to someone, you become attuned to their emotional rhythm. So when that rhythm changes, your heart feels the offbeat instantly. The problem is, we're taught to trust explanations more than instincts, so you wait for proof. You wait for a confession. You wait for something obvious enough to justify your discomfort. But sometimes the shift is the proof. The distance is the message. The inconsistency is the answer. Ignoring what you feel won't restore what's changed. And eventually you get tired, not of them, but of pretending you don't feel it. Tired of acting normal when something feels fragile. Tired of smiling through conversations that don't feel the same. Tired of hoping the old energy will suddenly return. Here's the truth. Sometimes a connection shifts because it's evolving, and sometimes it shifts because it's ending. The only way to know is honesty, not confrontation, not accusations, just truth. Something feels different. Do you feel it too? That one sentence can either rebuild intimacy or reveal distance that was already growing. If they lean in, communicate and meet you halfway, the shift was fear, not loss. But if they dismiss your feelings, minimize your intuition, or stay emotionally unavailable, then the shift wasn't temporary, it was clarity. And clarity, even when painful, is a gift. Because living in quiet uncertainty slowly erodes your self-worth. You deserve a connection where closeness is mutual, where effort flows both ways, where you don't have to question if something changed, because consistency reassures you. If you've been feeling that shift, pause for a moment. You're not imagining it. You're not too sensitive. You're not asking for too much. You're simply aware. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stop fighting for the version of something that already changed. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is choose clarity over comfort. If something between you has changed, let it reveal the truth, not your fear. If this felt like your story, pause for a moment. You're not imagining it. You're not too sensitive. You're simply aware. If you've felt the shift, honor it. Comment, "I feel it too." Subscribe for more emotionally honest reflections about love, intuition, and protecting your peace. Because the right connection won't leave you guessing, and the right love won't feel like something you have to decode. Today, you finally listened. If you're ready to choose peace, comment, "I choose myself." Like this video if you're done questioning your sensitivity. Subscribe if you want reminders that love should feel safe, steady, and whole, not something you recover from. You're not late. You're right on time.